Bronx Journal. I'm your guest host, Cindy Medina. As we all know, mass media has changed a lot recently. And to keep up with all the changes, Lehman College has just opened a brand new $16 million multimedia center and introduced an even newer multimedia journalism major. At Lehman College, students who want to succeed in the media get hands-on experience they can take to the real world once they graduate. Today, to tell us a little more about the new multimedia major at Lehman College, we have Professor Jim Carney. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So this is our first show here in the new Multimedia Center. Can you tell us a little bit about the equipment we have?
Well, first of all, it's a dream come true for those of us that have been working in the mass communications area on campus. It's a dream over 12 years in the making. It is state-of-the-art, as you mentioned. We're lucky enough to have a partnership between Sony and Apple to put the equipment together, and they worked very closely with us, gave us really good prices on all the equipment. As a matter of fact, the cameras that you're looking at this show through were used in the Beijing Olympics by NBC. And the switcher in the control room was basically sold to us by Sony at a wonderful price. So it's an opportunity that is really something that virtually no media students in the country have an opportunity. As a matter of fact, some professional TV engineers came walking through the facility and they said that you students are going to be spoiled because when you leave and go to the real world, the stuff's not going to be as nice. So we're really very excited about it.
I mean, tell me about it. I have been waiting for this for the past year, and now that I'm finally graduating, you know, this is open for the students. So what does it mean for the students that are staying here at Lehman College?
Well, you could always come back for another a second degree if you want. It's an option. For the students who are going to be working on it, they're going to be able to cut their teeth, as the expression goes, on state-of-the-art equipment that is being used out in the real world. So not only will they graduate with a piece of paper, which is their degree, they'll graduate with a portfolio of materials that they produced professionally. For example, this show, you'll have a DVD that you can put in your file when you go for job interviews that aired in over 300,000 homes in one of the largest markets in the world. People who work on the Bronx Journal will have tear sheets that they can put in their virtual portfolio and say, no, this wasn't a school newspaper, this was a community newspaper that was seen throughout the entire Bronx. So it's an opportunity to get professional experience that is really seen in real-world environments that virtually no other college has the opportunity to provide its students.
Well, that sounds great. And as I know, this is not the only new baby. Tell us about the new major.
Well, this has been something also that's been in the works for a while. The media is probably one of the most rapidly changing areas of all, technologically as well as in the industry itself. We all know what's happening to newspapers, and every time you turn around, the technology is changing. Mm-hmm. So we felt it was appropriate to take a look at our different programs and our majors and rearrange them in such a way that they reflect the way that the real world is in terms of journalism and in mass media. So what we've decided to do is take the original mass communications degree and make it more specific so that we had the mass communications degree and the multilingual journalism degree, which dates back to the mid-90s. It was the only one of its kind at the time. It's not just English and one other language, it's English and many other languages where students are trained in journalism and in multiple genres within journalism. And the mass communication was an English language version of that that wasn't truly as focused as we wanted it to be. So we looked at the different courses, and under the leadership of our chair, Dr. Patricia Olorzundi, and with the help of Professor Perez, we were able to craft a new major called Multimedia Journalism Major. And what that basically is a major divided into 3 tracks that cover different aspects of journalism that students may want to go into eventually. And eventually we're going to add another degree, which will be Multimedia Studies, which will cover other areas such as public relations, media theory, and cinema production eventually. So it's much clearer, and we think it's going to prepare students to be well trained to go out and compete in a very competitive market, and also prepare them to go on to graduate education if they want to go to graduate school.